What's up, YouTube? It's Hector from Not2Nerdy, and welcome to my live stream real quick. I wanted to go over everything E3. I just got back, but of course, I had to root for Brazil first for the World Cup. So I decided to live stream this, make it a lot easier for myself to upload to YouTube and just get it over with. So pretty much what I'm going to discuss today is just about E3, the whole thing, like who's the winner and stuff like that. But I want to let you guys know I'm going to combine not just person that presents the best, but what they showed at E3, because I know like a lot of people saw certain presentations and they thought, oh, well, this person's winner, this person's winner. And in reality, like you have to really take consideration where they just, speaking out of their butt and just saying whatever and not really showing the games. That's what it's all about. So hold on one second. I left like the speaker on over here. But yeah, so that's what I'm pretty much going to go over. So the day started out with Microsoft, so I'm going to talk about that. I was actually at the Microsoft presentation. I was actually at the Sony presentation. And the whole thing with Nintendo, Ubisoft, NEA, like those are all live stream. I saw them on stream like you guys did because I couldn't get to the actual areas. But Nintendo, I did get to see the Smash Brothers tournament, so that's pretty cool. So first I'm going to talk about right away, it has to be, like I said before, Microsoft. So let's watch. Hold on one second. Now, Microsoft started out the presentation. Now, once again, they started out Call of Duty, and I want to go over that Call of Duty real quick and just let you know that the Call of Duty, there's just the way it looks. It's pretty cool. Everything looks pretty neat and stuff like that. If you guys did not get a chance to see the Call of Duty, like the actual gameplay of it for the campaign mode, definitely go check that out. But I did not like the way you jump. Now, you do have like a double jump, but the problem is you're sort of like floating in the air. So the difference between this and Titanfall is that you actually seem like you're at a disadvantage when you jump in the air, and you just float there, and then you look ridiculous. Like you just jump up and you're floating, and then you land. Like that is such a disadvantage. I wonder how they're going to use this for multiplayer, if they can even use this, because this looks like if you jump, it's a disadvantage. So I don't know the purpose of adding that feature if it's not really going to help you too much. Like maybe you could get to a higher location, but if you float, you're pretty much you're dead. Like I don't know. It's just funny because like even the gameplay, like they're jumping up in the air and the computer AI wasn't smart enough to shoot them in the air, but you could have easily got someone in the air because they're floating there for a while. So that's what I think about that. But they showed that. They show Forza, if I said it right, Forza, because it's supposed to be like Fort and Horizon 2. And, the way I feel about racing games is they all, look good. And once you say one looks good, the next one looks better, it comes out. So in reality, to me, it doesn't really matter. It's just like Forza 5, if you ask me, the way it looks. And there's nothing wrong with that. Forza 5 looked good. But, one thing I noticed with the Xbox One, like the background detail isn't as clear as a PlayStation detail, but that's like a minor thing. And when the advantage of this over Drive Club, by the way, is this is 60 frames per second. Drive Club's 30 frames per second. But then again, Drive Club's more detailed than this game, so it's a toss-up. So in reality, I feel like it doesn't matter what console you get. Right now, it seems like you have a racing car for race fans. Like you'll be good with what you have. Plus, there's the crew for Ubisoft is coming out. So no matter what, it's like not a deal breaker to get either one. They also show Fandom Dust, Fable Legends, which I did not like. I mean, some people liked. I wasn't a huge fan of it. I still say Fable like pretty much lost his touch after Fable 2, and that's just the way I feel about that. But that that was there. Sunset Overdrive, I actually got a chance to play this game. I'll go over that later. But that was, Microsoft went over that. They went over Halo Master Chief Collection, which includes like Halo 1 through 4. And, it's all the maps and all that good stuff. They also did Halo 5 Guardians. They showed like a little minor CGI trailer for it, but it was really short. It really didn't explain anything, really didn't show too much, which I was kind of disappointed in. They also did Killer Instinct Season 2. They announced that. So they also had Combo in the trailer. They had Project Spark. They had Crackdown, which was the big thing at the end of the Microsoft presentation, which in reality I've never liked Crackdown, but if anything, Crackdown 1 was better than Crackdown 2. And I don't know, it just, we'll see. You really could tell anything by the trailer, it's all CGI and stuff like that, but I was shocked that they put that at the end of their press conference because, like, that was the big game. And I don't know, it really wasn't a huge secret because Phil Spencer, like, I forgot, yeah, I think it's Phil Spencer, he wore a Crackdown t-shirt to, like, one of the shows, I think it was, like, Conan O'Brien or something like that, and he already hinted that it was coming out, so it really wasn't, like, a big, I don't know, it doesn't seem like a big enough game to be the last game, which I thought that was weird, so I'm going to get back to that. Now, Assassin's Creed Unity was also showed there. Like, that game looks amazing. It looks really cool playing co-op, so I'm really excited about that game. You also have Rise of the Tomb Raider. That looks pretty cool. Now, the next thing I want to talk about is things on the stage floor, you know, when you're there. Like, that's the stuff that you guys saw on there. That's all great. They also had indie games, stuff like that they showed from Microsoft. And a lot of people thought they had a solid presentation, which I did too. I think Microsoft had a solid presentation. But now when we go to the E3 show floor, to be honest, right off the bat, Microsoft was not, I think that they didn't do too well showing off anything on the floor. Like, and I think that makes the big difference to show like what you have. It's not about just presenting, because they did a great job presenting it, but in reality they showed a little bit each game, just kept going on and on and on. But like now when it's time to show it, they didn't really have that much to show. So I'm gonna go over real quick again. Now, Call of Duty had a stage demo, and that's where I saw it. So it was just a room that they put everyone in, and they actually showed them stuff for Call of Duty. Forza Horizon 2, that one is actually playable, so that's pretty cool. Fable Legends was playable as well. Now, Sunset Overdrive is playable. When I played this game, it's just what I thought it would be. It's a very fun game, but like the whole time I'm playing, I was questioning like how long would I be entertained with this game, because it's like a really goofy, out there, fun game that, you know, you're going to get like bigger combos and a lot of different things, changing their weapons, stuff like that. But it's at the point where if I'm playing like 4 or 5 hours straight, is it something that I really am gonna like stick with? You know, that's something that I was wondering the whole time. Like, is that, you know, I wasn't too sure. Am I really gonna enjoy that game for too long? I don't know. Now, is it like a day one purchase? I think yes. That's without doubt. That's worth $60. It looks like it. It looks like it's gonna be lots of fun. So that's the main thing. You know, it's gonna be fun. But the thing is it gonna really, you know, can I stick with that or not stick with it? Which I honestly don't know. I really can't tell you guys that, to be honest with you. And yeah, so for me, I don't know. Sunset Overdrive, it's iffy there. Like, you know, I trust Insomniac and stuff like that to making the game, so I trust them. But at the same time, like, I just think that it's a little goofy, it's a little out there, and I don't know how long I could spend playing it. But I know, like, for the amount of time I'm playing, it'll be fun. But then it'll get a little boring at the end. So Halo Master Chief Collection, the Halo 5, not playable. Wasn't even shown on the floor, which makes no sense. Halo 5, I understand. You know, they had trailers running back in the background, but the Master Chief Collection, how did they not have any demo or anything? You know, these are older games that you're remastered or whatever. They had nothing ready, nothing. So that's another thing that is disappointing. Killer Instinct Season 2, nothing. Just the trailer. They show combo. That was it. Nothing there. Project Spark, nothing was there. Crackdown, obviously not playable. It's just CGI trailer. Quantum Break and Gears of War were nowhere to be found. In the presentation and on the floor, they didn't mention like if those two games didn't exist. Now, Gears of War, I kind of understand because they just got the developers for them, and you know, Black Tusk just started creating that game, so that's fine. But Quantum Break, no mention of it. Not even like in a presentation to say, hey, you know, we have this game over here that's still coming out, you know, blah, blah, blah. I could have said something about it. They said nothing about it, like that game doesn't exist. And in people's mind, that makes them think like, oh, that's one less exclusive on Microsoft list. Like, that made no sense for them to do that, in my opinion. This is why I give Microsoft presentation and overall performance in E3 a B. Now, I think it was solid, the presentation. In fact, I think they were one of the best presenting. They were definitely better than Sony in presenting. But the content that they had and what they had to show at E3, and you can even tell by the people that showed up to E3 at the Microsoft booths, were there wasn't as many people in those booths as there was Nintendo and Sony. Like I don't even know if it's Sony or Nintendo. It was very close. Like people wanted to play those games more than the Xbox One, which is weird because like from what they announced, like there's stuff that was there. I mean, if they brought out Halo Master Chief Collection, they could have, had people like excited and playing multiplayer, doing something, and they didn't do that, which to me was kind of weird. Even Call of Duty Advanced Warfare wasn't ready. It was just a stage demo. A lot of people lined up to see what the Call of Duty looks like. And Forza, Forza Horizon 2 was playable, which is good. Sunset Overdrive is probably the most packed thing at Microsoft Xbox One. I just don't know if Sunset Overdrive, since it's a new IP, it's fun. I don't think that's worth you buying the Xbox One for, but if you have the Xbox One, without a doubt, you have to get that game. So that's one of those things. It's like it's not enough to make you purchase Xbox One, but it's definitely going to keep you happy if you have an Xbox One. And that's pretty much it for Microsoft. I know a B is a good grade. I felt like they could have done a little bit better, and that's pretty much the theme for everyone today. So don't think I'm picking on Microsoft, because I'm going to get to Sony next. Now, before I get to Sony, let me just cut out Ubisoft and EA real quick. I think Ubisoft did the best presentation, and I think they just all around had the better games to show off. They showed, Assassin's Creed. They had Far Cry. They just pretty much won E3 like they always do. Like they've been winning E3 for the last 3 years, I believe. And EA, on the other hand, Battlefront, they barely showed anything. They barely showed any of the games. I wasn't too happy, EA. And let me real quick go over Battlefield Hardline. I'm going to get this out of the way. And keep in mind, anything I don't go over now, I'm going to go over Sunday for the Beastly Thought Show. That's a weekly podcast that we do every Sunday, 6 p.m. Eastern Time. And it's on the Briar Rabbit channel, so I'll definitely put the links down below. But anything we don't go over today, I'm going to pretty much go over it there. But Battlefield Hardline, I'm going to say right now, I played the game already. I'm sure some people got a chance to play the beta today. And if you didn't, go check it out so you know. It's a fun game, but it's not $60. It's not worth $60. It's not. It's literally Battlefield 4 with less graphics and different game modes. The end. They put new skins and different game modes in the same exact world. I cannot believe, like literally, I cannot believe that they're charging $60 for that. It's literally Battlefield 4. Everything about it is Battlefield 4. EA is expecting you, if you paid $60, which I did day one for Battlefield 4, I was upset with that. I got rid of the game. I paid $60 for that game. $60. And then next thing you know, I got rid of that game, and now they expect you to pay $60 again for Hardline, which should be like an expansion. I'm thinking like a $30 download maybe. No way. I'm just letting you guys know that if you haven't seen it yet, go check it out. It's the same exact thing. Is it fun? Yes. But if you have Battlefield 4 already, I don't see why you need that game. I don't. To get different game modes, I don't understand. A lot of the game modes are renaming other game modes. Like the heist one, like you're pretty much capture flag in a way, but then the only difference is once you get the money, you upgrade your weapons on the spot. You upgrade gear and everything. Like that's cool, but it's literally an expansion to what they have right now. That's just my opinion on it. You guys could go check that out for yourself, but I don't know. I was a little upset when I saw the game, but it is fun though. Hey, what's up, Briar Rabbit? Sorry, I just saw the comment right now. All right, so let's get into. We're going to go into Sony's press conference now. Now, Sony started out with a bang. Like, they started out right away with Destiny. Got people excited about Destiny. And then right after Destiny, they went into the white PS4, which I did pre-order the white PS4. I'm kind of curious what it's going to be like. I don't know if I'm going to keep it. I'm going to decide if I'm going to keep the black one or the white one. I have no idea. But I did pre-order that right away. So that's coming September 9th, the same day Destiny is released. So they started out with a bang. It was everything started out great for Sony, and then this one guy went up on stage, which is a new guy to replace Jack Trent, and let's just say people fell asleep. I fell asleep. I was like, what the hell is going on right now? Like, I could not believe that you could start out so high and then just completely just drop. And they got lucky at the end of the conference that they went back up again. But they didn't reach the top to where they were. Like, they were at all-time high, and they just completely killed the momentum with that guy that talked for like 35 minutes. And it's funny because if you look at the PS4 presentation, it pretty much went overboard like by 30 minutes, 35 minutes. So they could have cut that down by 30 minutes by letting that guy not speak too much. But anyway, let's go over some of the games that they mentioned. So, like I said, Destiny was there. The white PS4. They had a Grim Fandango remaster was announced, which is pretty cool. A lot of people don't know what that is. You definitely go look into that. Disney let them do that, which is pretty cool because it seems like Sony has like this partnership with Disney from what they said. So that means there's a lot of games that Disney like owns, a lot of LucasArts games and stuff like that. So you never know, Sony could have rights to that later, which is pretty cool. Let It Die was shown, just a trailer. Little Big Planet 3 out of nowhere was shown, and that's also be released in November, which I was just shocked about that. You got Far Cry 4 was shown, No Man's Sky, which is an indie game, but it looks amazing. Let me just explain this game to you guys too. This game is every person starts out in their own world, and the planet that's never been discovered before because it's randomly generated. So that means each world. That's why at first people are like, well, look at these graphics. They don't look too good. But when you got to find out that that's randomly generated, like the dinosaurs and all the creatures and everything in the world is generated and no world's exactly the same, that's amazing. And what's even more amazing is that they have such a small team and they were able to develop that. That's unheard of, like for an indie developer to do that. So I'm very excited for that. And actually, that was probably one of the biggest news that came out from Sony was No Man's Sky. They also had Order 1886, which looks really good. I was able to see that. It's playable for press only, but I was able to get into the room. Don't worry about how I got into the room, but I got into the room. So, Uncharted 4 was announced at the end. They showed like a in-game trailer or whatever, or in-game engine trailer. That's what they said. Like, I don't know. It looks up-res too, but we'll see if it's real or not. They also show Metal Gear Solid 4, The Phantom Pain, or Metal Gear Solid, The Phantom Pain, sorry. They show Mortal Kombat X, which to me looks amazing. Like, that game looks like a lot of fun. I cannot wait to get back into Mortal Kombat. So that one looks just awesome, man. Mortal Kombat is definitely on my list right there. So yeah, there's that's pretty much it right there. I'm gonna go back to say what was shown in the presentation, but as you see, like there was a lot of other companies, third parties that were at the Sony. There's actually more third parties than there was for Microsoft. So Sony ended off with a bang. There's a lot more exciting games, I think, with Sony. But what killed Sony was a huge gap where they started talking about TV. They started talking about like a comic book series is going to be on TV, like stuff that they did not need to go over. They could have put trailers at the end at E3 or show videos later on YouTube. They didn't need to go over that at E3. They screwed up on that. There's some cool features though. Like for example, Far Cry 4, you're allowed to have a friend if they don't own the game. They could still play with you. Only on PlayStation 4 they could do this. So that's cool. They also had, Grand Theft Auto 5 was announced there, which, I mean, I'm sure most of you guys figured that was going to happen. Grand Theft Auto 5 was announced at the Sony's press conference. And if you have a 360 or PS3 game saved, all your stats will move over to the PlayStation 4. And it's not going to be like that for the Xbox One. It's just PlayStation 4. So it looked like Sony's plan was to show that, we don't have too many games coming out, like exclusive games, but we're letting you know that you can go to, our competitors, but you're going to get the best experience on Sony. And I think that's what their goal was, and it makes sense. Like a lot of the games are going to be better on Sony. You're going to get more content on Sony. So it seemed like that's what their theme was the whole time, which is pretty cool in a way. But I just want to talk about real quick about exclusives. Now, a lot of people complain that none of these consoles, both Xbox One and Sony, don't have too many exclusives. But to be honest with you, we're in June right now. At what time do you think that these exclusives were going to come out? A lot of good games are not released during July, August. And so when September comes, that's when all these third-party companies are going to be released. Like all their games are going to be released at that time. Do you really think that it's smart for any company to really release too many games, too many exclusives during that time? Now, Sony has a game October and November. So it's Drive Club in October, November is now Little Big Planet 3. So in reality, that's pretty much all you need for this year. Although October is packed with so many games, it's just ridiculous. But I'll go over real quick why I think Sony's booth was one of the best. It's either between Sony or Nintendo, but Sony literally showed they had Destiny there playable. It's first thing. They showed the white PS4 all the controllers that are new. There's like new PS4 controllers, like there's a camouflage one and all this other stuff. Um, they had Little Big Planet 3 playable right there. They had Drive Club playable. Oh, I forgot about Bloodborne. That's another thing. Let me see if anyone mentioned that. Oh, nice. Ryan Rabbit just said that he's downloading Destiny Alpha, which I already played, which is really fun, by the way. So you're going to have lots of fun with that. Bloodborne, that game looks amazing, man. That's like the successor to Demon Souls. So that game looks amazing. And that game was there for a 30-minute demo. They show like about 30 to 35 minutes of gameplay there. I didn't get a chance to play. There's someone playing for me, like someone else in my group was playing, because we all took turns playing games. And it looked amazing. You know, it looked like a lot of fun. It looked challenging, and it looked like it said Bloodborne. It's a really, really bloody game. Like, but it looks good, and it did have some frame rate issues a little bit, but not too much for a game that's that early. So I think that's easily fixable in the next couple months or whatever. That game still has a while till it comes out anyway. But yeah, so they had Far Cry 4 playable. They had Drive Club, and they didn't even talk about Drive Club during the whole press conference. Nothing. Nothing was talked about Drive Club, which is weird. I think you should throw out the name. Even if you've shown footage of it before, you got to remind people that there's another exclusive for Sony. But anyway, they showed it. You were allowed to play it. No Man's Sky was there, the live demo. They showed a whole bunch of extra footage that they didn't show in the press conference. And also the guy that created it wasn't as nervous as he was on stage, because he was really nervous, man. He kept smiling. He kept pausing, like awkwardly smiling. It was so funny. But the Order 1886 was playable for press only, and I was able to play that, so that was cool. Uncharted 4 obviously was not playable, but Metal Gear Solid: The Phantom Pain looks awesome. That game looks awesome. They had like private rooms, and it was only for press, and like I got into that again, and they didn't show too many press. It was like VIP press, and somehow I got into that. Don't even ask how, but I was so lucky, fortunate enough to get in there, and that game looks good, man. They showed everything. The demo, how like Snake is in the box and stuff. Like they brought back certain features from the past, so it's pretty cool. Mortal Kombat X was a live gameplay demo. They let some people try it. I was not one of the people that tried it, unfortunately, but that's it. Now, there's no God of War, no The Last Guardian mention at all, and Deep Down was nowhere to be found for Sony. So those are three things that people expected to be there, that they were just nowhere to be found. So that's unfortunate. But overall, I think, once again, I think Sony got a B on that. They did a great, their stage demos and stuff like that were great. They're A. But like the presentation was like a B minus. So I average everything, and it's like a B total. They're tied with Microsoft, and I don't know. I don't know like what to say about it. I guess it was good, but it just wasn't great for either one of them. So now Nintendo. Now I don't even know what to say about Nintendo, to be honest with you. But Nintendo is something else. Nintendo did a really good job, I think. They did a really, really impressive job, and they ended poorly, I think. They ended poorly because of the whole, like, Zelda. The Zelda got me at the end when they didn't mention anything about the name of Zelda. To me, it's like I thought they were further along than that. And, you know, in the trailer it shows, like, you know, Link, or what they said is not necessarily Link. They said it might not be Link or whatever. But in the trailer, it just got to me, you know. I looked at the trailer, and all of a sudden it said 2015, and the fact that it had no name or anything leads me to believe that it's going to be towards the very end of 2015. And if it's finished by then, it might be delayed still after that. So I don't know. Like, another thing that they showed was Star Fox, and Star Fox also is not even close to being finished. So those are two games right there that people wanted to hear, but they're nowhere finished, and those are looking to be like towards the end of 2015. And if you really stop to think about it, Nintendo did a great job on their, the presentation, but these games need to come out now. Like they don't have time to wait. Like that's the thing, but the difference between Nintendo and Microsoft and Sony. Microsoft and Sony, like both have time to wait. That's why the fact that they don't have too many exclusives compared to Nintendo, they have time to wait. There's so many third-party games that are coming for them that they don't need to put all their exclusives yet. They have time to wait. People are buying their consoles and they have time to wait. Nintendo doesn't have time to wait. And I don't know what game's going to sell for them. Like, I understand Smash Brothers is coming out, and there's a lot of people going to buy it for Smash Brothers. But after that, like, Bayonetta, like, is released at the worst time, I think. I forgot the date. I believe Bayonetta is released now in October. So Bayonetta 2 is released in October, and that's released during the worst time because there's so many third-party games, big ones that are coming out, that game might just get looked over. That's not enough for people to buy the Wii U yet for, you know? So I don't know what Nintendo was doing with the release dates because it sucks because they did such a great job with, like, the announcements for games. Like, let me go over other games. Let's see what else they did. Devil's Third, by the way, is a very, very violent game that it was supposed to be for PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360, but THQ went out of business, and when they did, Nintendo is now publishing that game. So that game's probably going to have a mature rating, but it's very bloody. There's nudity in it. There's cursing. I'm shocked that it's a Wii U exclusive, but it's going to be for the Wii U. So that's going to be interesting. Like Nintendo announced some big news too. They announced the Amiibo, I think that's what it's called. I don't know, Amoeba, whatever. It's the little thing sort of like Skylanders that you have like your little action figure or toy and you place it on there and it saves your information and stuff like that. I think they're gonna make a fortune out of that. That's smart. That's one smart move that they did. There's really not too much to talk about for me on that. I mean, I'm not gonna get that, but I think that's a smart move. What else? The Hyrule Warriors looks awesome. I got a chance to play that. It's literally, I got a chance to play with Link, got a chance to play with Princess Zelda. It's really good. It's fun, but, it's just, what's it called? Dynasty Warriors with those characters in it. But at least each character is unique. Like, Zelda doesn't move the same as Link and stuff like that. So that's pretty cool. Kirby and the Rainbow Curse, I mean, I'm sure it's going to be decent. Like, Nintendo always makes good Kirby games, so I'm sure that's going to be good. What else? The Mario Maker, that's a big one. Mario Maker, finally, I think they did that so they could compete against Little Big Planet 3. Like, I'm pretty sure that's, like, the whole purpose of it, or Little Big Planet in general. And with Mario Maker, you could create either new or old, like 16-bit or 8-bit Mario, or you could go all the way to, like, the Wii Mario, and you can make different levels and adjust it on the fly. Now, they didn't announce if it's going to be, if you're able to upload it onto, like, on the internet or whatever and let people see it. They didn't announce if there's going to be people that can share it and you can actually play other people's levels. They didn't say that. Now, I'm assuming that's what you could do, because if you can't do that, then that pretty much defeats the whole purpose of it. That's what Little Big Planet does. You're allowed to make your own levels and let other people play those levels, because there's a lot of people that don't know how to create levels and stuff like that. So all they do is play other people's levels. And hopefully, I mean, more than likely, Mario Maker will do that. Let's see what else. They also announced Mario Party 10. They had Mario vs. Donkey Kong Wii U. What else? Mario Hunter 4 Ultimate for 3DS, Pokemon Omega Ruby, Pokemon Alpha Sapphire. They're always the same crap for Pokemon. I'm sorry. Sorry to say it like that. Sonic Boom is crap. I saw the game, like, I can't stand those 3D Sonic games. I'm sorry. Sonic was good when it was just a 2D platformer and that's it, but Sonic is not that good anymore. But that's just my opinion on that. Obviously, they had a Super Smash Brothers for the 3DS, which is delayed. They tried to sneak it in there in the trailer. Like, I don't know if anyone else caught that. It's coming in October when it's supposed to be released during August, I believe. They just snuck it in. It's like, oh, it's gonna come out in October now. So way to sneak that one, Nintendo. And it's funny because like no one really mentioned that from what I heard. Like no one was paying attention. It's delayed to October now. But uh, and then of course Super Smash Brothers for Wii U. And what else? And Xenoblade Chronicles is a big one. That game is coming out 2015. That's another one that just does not seem like it's gonna come out in the beginning of 2015. So to be honest, at least it has a name, right? So I can't honestly tell you when that one's gonna be released either. Like a lot of these games look like they're gonna be a long time to the ready. But Yoshi's Woolly World is it's I don't know. That's another one that looks sort of like Little Big Planet to me. The way they're created, everything looks like the yarn and stuff like that. But I mean, that's not for me. It looks like it would be fun, but it's not like a reason to get to Wii U right now. But other than that, there was one more, which is a big one. It's called Splatoon. This is like a new game that a lot of people sort of like. It's a shooter for the Wii U, but no one dies in the shooter. It's you're shooting paint all over the level, and or ink or whatever, and you shoot your team color, and whatever color you roll on the floor or whatever, you turn into like a fish, and you can swim in there, and you can move around the map quicker. And I don't know, it's weird, but it's awesome. And a lot of people were playing it over there. It looks cool. And to go over real quick with Nintendo, there's a lot of the stuff that they showed was playable. Like a lot of it was playable. The ones that were not playable are the ones that have a release date in 2015, but majority of them are playable right now. So overall, I have to say with the presentation and everything, I'm going to pretty much announce the winner. Now, I already told you Ubisoft was clearly the winner of E3 once again, but I'm talking about the big three. The big three companies, my winner by a nose. I'm talking about everyone was so close to each other this year because no one did enough. Everyone started out great and someone screwed up at the end. But the winner for E3 this year for me is Nintendo. Now, it's funny because Nintendo didn't even have a presentation, but yet they showed more stuff that was playable. They announced stuff, they showed it, and it's playable that right there for you to try. And I feel like Nintendo won with like a B plus. I gave the other two a B. Nintendo had like a B plus. They barely won it out, but they won it. Now, here's the problem with that. Even though Nintendo won it, I don't think it was enough of a win for them to give people a reason to buy the Wii U yet. Because a lot of those games like Zelda, Star Fox, no one knows when they're coming out. They say 2015, but they don't even have a name for the Zelda game yet. The Star Fox, the same thing. They barely showed anything. So you don't know when these games are going to come out, and there's no other games that you need to buy the Wii U for yet. Smash Brothers, yes, but not everyone plays Smash Brothers. Not everyone likes that. In fact, there's a lot of people that like Nintendo that don't like Smash Brothers too much because they're not a fighting type of, they don't like fighting games. So Smash Brothers isn't for everyone. So besides that, there's not too many other games that people need to get yet for the Wii U. So what you're going to have is people are going to wait until those games are announced, like Zelda and stuff like that. Whenever those release dates are announced, and maybe people will wait for that. So till then, like, it really didn't do much. Same thing for Microsoft and Sony. I feel like in general, this whole conference pretty much didn't do anything for anyone. Like whatever position you're in before the conference, pretty much you're going to be in the same position leaving the conference. And that's the way I think. I think Sony did enough to keep their lead, and I think Microsoft did well to move up a little bit, but in reality, I feel like everyone's going to be in the same exact spot leaving E3. I don't think anyone did an outstanding performance like last year from Sony, and Sony really didn't try. They just had to say, they were going to allow used games, and everyone went crazy, and they automatically won, and that's what sold a lot of consoles this year. But to be honest with you, no one really did anything. So that's pretty much all I had to say about that. I know I was talking for a while. It's been 32 minutes. I'm all tired and stuff like that. But let's see what else. I think that's pretty much it though. Like my favorite game at E3, Far Cry 4 or Destiny. I think it's Far Cry 4 might have been my favorite game to play. It was just awesome, you know. Like I ran out of ammo and stuff like that. I used like the elephant to like charge the door and stuff like that. It was a lot of fun. Far Cry 4 looks a lot of fun, but it looks very similar to Far Cry 3. So, I mean, it's a little bit better graphics. There's nothing wrong with that because a lot of people like Far Cry 3. But just warning you, it's very similar. What else? So hopefully you guys are getting a chance to play Battlefield Hardline, so you can see for yourself what I'm talking about. That looks exactly like Battlefield 4. In my opinion, just the graphics aren't as good either. So I don't know. That's just my opinion on that. And if you guys got a chance to play Destiny, I have to see if I have any extra beta codes. I had like couple, but you know I had to give them away to other people I worked with. So, oh, also let me know what you guys think about GTA 5. You know, are you guys even gonna play that on the PS4 or Xbox One? You know, what do you guys feel about that? Are you happy that finally it's announced? It's been rumored for a while. I'm sure a lot more people are gonna get it on the PC because you know all the community is gonna mod it and stuff like that, which should be kind of fun to see how they mod it and stuff like that. But that is pretty much it. If you guys have any questions or anything, just ask me on Twitter. I'll be following up later on. But like I said, I wasn't expecting too many people watching the live stream. And, you know, I appreciate Briar Rabbit stopping by, but I didn't really expect too many people watching live stream because I did do it last minute. And the whole reason why I'm doing it actually is just so I didn't have to edit anything when it's live. So it's kind of cheating, but whatever. I felt like doing a live stream. And that's pretty much it. So hopefully you guys enjoy this. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So this is Hector from Not to Nerdy. I'm out. See you too. Press.